to introduce Alexander Walter. Now, why is this a great honor and privilege? A lot of people are going to value different things about different people. But what I value is people with good hearts. And I believe that he is that kind of person.
Wow.
When you see him walk in the room, it's impressive. He's a big dude.
Oh, my God.
I'm 6'2", 200 pounds, and I look like a scrawny midget next to him.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
He's gassing me up for the cameras. I appreciate it, though.
Yeah.
What an introduction. Oh, my
And
God.
I got to ask you,
Yes.
where do you get your suits from?
So there's a place in Little Italy on Preston. His name is Jimmy Suits. Great guy, super nice. And since I started real estate, I've caught all of my suits with him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, good. Let's go. We'll go see Jimmy.
Yes,
We're not
yeah.
sponsored by
Yeah,
Jimmy,
no. He's
by
not
the way.
endorsing this.
That was improvised earlier. I was complimenting his suit, and he was telling
yeah.
me about it. And I thought, might as well put it out there and
Look good,
give
feel
him a
good,
shot. Yeah. No, it's a great suit, like the quality and everything.
Thank you.
I'm kind of new to that world because I was wearing a uniform for a long time.
Yeah.
But all right. Alexander Walter.
Yes.
So Alexander is the most recent realtor that joined our team, and he's an amazing human being. So in the interview initially, because we're very, we filter a lot who we hire. We want a specific kind of people to work for Anna Alemi Real Estate Team, and the interview can be intense sometimes.
Yeah.
Because we want to know who's behind the mask, right? If you can't sell, you're not in real estate. But beyond the mask of being able to sell, who are you as a human being?
Exactly.
And as soon as you truly showed us who you are, we fell in love with you.
Oh, thank you.
And you are a member of our family. And that's awesome.
I was just about to say one of the reasons that I approached you guys, obviously, if you know anything about the team, they have a very different approach how it comes to real estate. It's not your traditional thing that you see every day. And that was what got me through the door. But what really hooked me in is the family aspect that you get when you're here. One thing about real estate and realtors, it could be a very independent, individual, dog-eat-dog world business, And I found that I'm very family-oriented, very traditional, and you want to find your people, people where you align, right? Not only in values, but when you are able to be vulnerable, you're able to be yourself, and that's hard to find in any line of work. But I found that here.
Wow, that's I really appreciate that because that's actually what we're trying to generate. And the thing is that you can't force that either.
Exactly.
It has to be natural.
Agreed.
And you have to find people who are not only excellent at what they do, but that fit as an addition to the team.
Of course.
Right? And so the first thing that got us about you is that so everybody has anxiety. Everybody does, right? We just have different ways to deal with it.
Yeah.
When you arrived, the more anxiety you have, the more proper you sound.
Okay.
But you sound proper on another level.
Yes.
And I was amazed by it, by how did Alexander Walter
how did I become
come to learn to speak that way and carry yourself that way? What is the story that led that man to become that man?
Where do I start? So the way that I talk or the way that I enunciate, both of my parents are from the Caribbean, and I come from like low income, like housing or however you want to put it. So everybody around me was an immigrant, and the way that my parents spoke growing up, or until I got to a certain age, I thought that was English. So when up until I was in grade 3, mind you, I was like born and raised in Ottawa. I was in ESL, like English as a second language, because the way that I spoke was not proper. It didn't sound right. And so I learned how to talk more or less or sound like I do now. Fast forward high school. One of my good friends, his parents are lawyers, and Will could talk and convince anybody of everything just based on not only his tone, but the vocabulary that he used. And one day I looked at him and I was like, man, you have a word for literally everything. And I emulated that. When you're in certain environments, if you feel uncomfortable, one of the survival tactics that we learn is emulation. And I think that's kind of what I did. Long-winded answer, I apologize.
No, that's good. Hey, you heard the podcast before.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
That's awesome. So what are your dreams in life?
My dreams,
Yeah.
in regards to like real estate or just in general?
Anything.
First and foremost, I think it's finding happiness through balance. And with that, you find purpose. So I think that's the like end all be all.
Let's break that down with specifics.
Of course.
What are you passionate by? What is it that when you're not doing anything,
Okay.
that's your me moment?
When I'm not doing anything?
Yeah. What is your me moment that you're able to connect with a future goal?
Okay. The gym.
I would have never guessed.
Yeah, the gym is like my happy space.
Okay.
It's one thing that I was always able to control. So when somebody asked me why I got into the gym or why I continued doing what I did is because no matter what aspect or what is going on in my life, I could go to the gym and push myself beyond the limits. And I fell in love with that because not everybody has that luxury, right? So for me, I was like, this is one thing that I can control. So I'm going to utilize that to the best of my abilities. Second, I think would be my mom. As lame as it sounds, her and I have a very interesting relationship, but she taught me a lot on how to conduct myself. And I watch her when she's at work and things like that, and the way that she interacts with people is very similar to myself. So I think that that has a lot to do with it as well.
So was your mother a single mother raising you?
That's tricky. Yes. So for a large part of my childhood, she was a single mother. I lived with another family as well who helped raise me for a lot of my childhood years as well. So I think the combination of those, that family and my mom, kind of shaped me to who I was.
What is it that makes your mom so special and important to you?
Her humility. So she's the type of person, and it's like very similar to me. She'll give you her shirt off your back. I've never seen somebody.
I'll take the soup.
Yeah, well, I mean,
just kidding.
yeah,
Sorry for interrupting.
No, not at all. Yeah, I think we have to add some humor. So she's the type of person that will give you her shirt off her back. The things that she's sacrificed for me and for other family members, it's very commendable. So it's something that I cherish and carry with me.
What would you say, first thing that come to mind, favorite childhood memory of your mother?
Of my mom? That's a good question. So I was the only child until I was 9 years old. There's been so many integral parts of my childhood that I can't pinpoint one. I think I'm gonna show her this part later because I think her birthday's tomorrow. So happy birthday, Mom.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's perfect.
yeah.
Awesome.
So
Happy birthday.
one of my favorite childhood memories is she took a week off work, and at that time, taking a week off work is not only missing a week of income, it's a pretty big deal, right? When she's sacrificing something, we're sacrificing something in order to, when you're living paycheck to paycheck, when you time off means time off. And she took a week off work, and we just had a staycation. We went to various places. We went, I hope you remember this, Mom. We went to the Canadian Museum of Technology. We went to the Museum of Civilization. He made me a bracelet. I broke it shortly after. That's just me, who I am. We went on the Ottawa River. I fell asleep. You got mad at me, but it was still a good time nonetheless, and memories that I keep with me to this day.
That's awesome. Good for you. I had a complex relationship with my mother.
Yes.
But still, no matter what, a mom's a mom.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I always looked at guys that were seen as, and I apologize. Often people will say mommy's boy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was a bit jealous of him because I wish that I would
of course,
a mommy's boy or maybe a daddy's boy at least.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
And I think my mom and I have a very interesting relationship. I have a little brother, and I think, just, if we're getting a little personal, they have more of a parental, maternal sort of relationship. When her and I, we're friends. We're friends. We have this really interesting relationship where, of course, in any relationship, there's ups and downs and, differences of personality. But at the end of the day, we always find our way back to one another, and that's something that I really adore about her.
That's really cool. So, can you tell us a little bit about your father?
Ooh. Next question. No, I'm kidding. What can I say about Ian Walters? He is who he is. Unapologetically him. I definitely get my stature from him genetically. He's also a pretty big guy, and I think this is something that I thought about recently. I developed my passion for cars through him. So he worked on cars when I was younger, and to this day I could see a car and tell you what it is. I could hear it down the street, could be a couple kilometers away, and I know what type of car that is, and that came from him for sure.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So would you say that maybe the gym, the passion for the gym, is also a way to substitute that relationship with your father, so that when you're there, you can say, I'll make my dad proud with that stature? No? Not even subconscious? No?
No, not even subconsciously. It's not something that I've really thought of. I started working out when I was 15 years old. So it was just, I went to the gym, at that age, you just want to impress girls. And it's like, wow, I'm pretty good at this. I'm pretty strong. You go with a couple buddies, you're all surrounded by the bench press. We're all struggling to lift, but I realized that I was pretty strong. And one day became 2 days became 3, and then I started realizing that I was having such progress. At the time, I played sports, so I tried to do weightlifting that complemented that. And then as I got a little older, I got into bodybuilding. I dated a girl, and she said, "There's no way you could be a bodybuilder." And I showed her that I could do it. And the passion just kind of built on from there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't think he was involved.
gyms have a very special place, and I know I don't look like it right now, and even less next to you. Yeah. But I used to be more fit. So when I was a teenager, there was this gym in our neighborhood, and sometimes there was a lot of not great stuff happening too. Yes. And the gym was a safe haven.
Yeah.
You could have been a gang member, a firefighter, a police person, a bureaucrat, or whatever.
Yes.
Once you were past that little gate with your card, it was a safe haven.
Yeah.
And people had each other's back.
Yes.
And one time, a friend of mine, there was something happening where we're being chased and stuff, and like there was like fights here and there. Anyway, like crazy story.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go too much in details,
It's
but
funny. I have similar stories, of course.
we got to the gym,
Yep.
and then we, at our
Swiped
card,
in,
and then
yeah.
swiped in, went there, and then we just stayed on the other
Yeah,
side of
it's like a force field,
yeah.
right?
And everybody that was near the door,
Yeah.
regardless of what they were, who they
Yes.
were, whatever, they lined up. They made a human bearer,
Mm-hmm.
and then they were like, "Not here,
Yeah.
not here." And then they waited for us out there.
Yeah.
And they actually had picket fence in their hand. You know those green
Yeah,
picket
yeah,
fence
yeah.
for the snow? Yeah, that's very Canadian.
Yeah,
But yeah. Yeah. So
Don't park here.
yeah, they left
yeah.
eventually, and then we were okay.
Wow.
And we left, and that stayed close to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the army,
Yes.
for such a long time, the gym was a huge part of my life and my career.
Yeah.
Right. So I really loved that, and I was doing exercise with my son too for a long time, and he's a giant too now.
Okay.
So
Okay.
and I really enjoyed it. I don't know if he always did.
Right.
And I hope that I didn't push gym on him too much,
Right.
because I was really seeing it as like, some kids play soccer, some kids
Yeah.
play hockey, and some kids do
Yes,
bodybuilding and
of course.
fitness.
Of course.
But also, in his case, he had certain things to do for his spine too, and then with that, like
Yeah.
it went through other things. Anyway, to me, it's a great memory. I'm just hoping that it's a great memory for
Of
him
course.
too,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
that when he misses me for X reason, like in life, he can go to a gym and think of me. Maybe
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Or if he rather not think about me,
I can
then
almost
still go
guarantee
to the
that he
gym.
does.
But
I almost guarantee. Yeah, for sure. These are things that we carry with us, right? Things that our parents shaped us for, or on the bad days, you guys go to the gym.
yeah,
There's always that. There's always that.
it's the science too. It's so fun.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really cool. So, what are the things that you avoid in life?
Commitment. No, okay. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I said that too quick. I should have pondered.
Yeah,
I
your
should have
girlfriend may be a little bit upset,
No,
but
I
it's
should have
okay.
pondered a little bit more.
I hope you have a big couch because you got to fit on it.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my God. Yeah. Sorry. No. What do I fear? Was that the question?
Yeah.
Not being enough. I think that's on the forefront for most of us, no matter how we kind of navigate that. I think that's predominant for me. So I try my best to make up for that in various ways.
What is being enough for you?
So when joining the team, one of the tasks or one of the things on the onboarding process was doing the DISC personality test.
Yeah.
And I have to thank Anna for that, because it was very integral part of not only knowing who I am, but how to communicate with others. And with my personality type or my DISC assessment, I think in order for me to feel like enough, I have to feel comfortable with myself. And when I'm comfortable with myself, people call it being on. And I'm able to showcase my personality in ways that make me who I am. And that doesn't always happen, right? For whatever reason.
When are you comfortable with yourself?
When am I comfortable with
Yeah.
myself?
When do you feel that inner peace moment?
Look good, feel good. I think that's like a huge thing for me. When I have like a good haircut, when I'm dressed a certain way, I automatically feel uplifted. Secondly would be, I'm trying to think what I can.
So here's the thing.
Yes.
What you mentioned,
Yes.
it's in relation to the outside world.
Yes.
To feel at peace from the outside world.
Right.
What do you do to feel at peace on the
Inside.
inside world?
What do I do to feel at peace on the inside? So that's a good question. I think listening to music helps me feel at peace. We mentioned it. That's kind of been the forefront of this podcast, but the gym, I feel at peace. That's it. When I'm doing well financially, I'm at peace. So these are all like interior things for me. When I put on, like I said, when I put on a new outfit, yes, it's an exterior thing, but inside it makes me feel good.
It's funny how, as an adult human being, a lot of the things that makes our want, our don't want, our love, our don't love,
Yes.
peace, no peace, is related to childhood memory or
Of
to
course,
moments of our life.
of course.
And I feel like when you get to a point in your life that you have really revised your existence
Yes.
and connected it with the now.
Yeah.
Because when you get, as an example, a trauma trigger, oh, now it triggers me to when I was a child. Now it
Yes.
triggers me to when I was in the army. Now it triggers me to, this and
Yeah.
that, right? And we all have these different
Of
moments.
course.
But once you master that,
Yes.
then it's not an issue anymore. But
Right.
in addition to that, then you get to find out who you are for yourself. Because before that, most of everything is in regards to our connection with the outside world and who we think that we should be.
Yeah.
Right? What are the things that you say that you throw yourself outside of a comfort zone for the sake of knowing that that's needed for you to evolve?
Yoga,
Okay, cool.
for sure. The coolest thing about yoga is no matter your body type, no matter where you are in terms of your mobility, you walk in that door, you step in that mat, and there's no judgment. Nobody's looking at one another. Nobody's judging one another. And I started doing yoga to increase my mobility, but I continued going because it increased my mental awareness. When you're laying on the mat, a yoga teacher once told me, like, no matter where you are in life, whether it's good or bad, it's a moment. And that stuck with me to this day. Did that answer your question? Kind of?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Actually, that was great. Yoga is something that I always wanted to try to get into.
Yes.
I had session 1 at least 20 times.
Okay.
I just never
Yeah.
carried on because, different reason. With PTSD, I have a hard time being in public with things that I struggle with.
Okay.
And then I get really mean at myself whenever I run into that.
Yes.
And then I over-research it.
Yep.
I over-practice
Yeah.
it. And then I come back.
Okay.
And then it's like, boom.
So
Yeah.
what would, like, if I asked you, let's go to the yoga studio together and do a yin class. So a yin class is something where that's pretty much the only class I do. And the experience level is low. So you're not jumping up and down. You're not doing these crazy poses. You're just doing basic poses and holding them for long periods of time.
Okay.
Is that something that you would try?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm legit.
Yeah. Are you just saying that because we're on camera and I'm holding?
No,
yeah,
not
okay,
at all.
okay.
When I say something,
Yeah, you mean
my
it?
word is a bond. But,
Okay.
just for the record,
Yes.
another thing that I'm worried about,
Yes.
I'm broken everywhere.
Yeah.
So I
we
was
all
think-
are.
True.
We all are, just
All
maybe
right.
in different places.
Thank you for reminding me that
Yes.
this was an excuse to procrastinate on
Yeah.
stepping
No,
out of my comfort
we're all
zone.
we're all broken. We're all broken, and like I said, there's no judgment, right? You do what you can do, and I know one thing about you: you push yourself, and I think that's the most important thing when you're on that yoga mat is taking those deep breaths and pushing yourself. Am I wrong?
No, I agree.
Awesome.
Do I have to wear Lululemon pants though?
It's not essential, but it's definitely welcomed. You know,
Do you wear Lululemon
yes,
pants?
I do. I have a few pairs of Lululemon, and I also wear similar pants to what you're wearing, but a different fabric.
Okay.
So just something that's like fluidity, right? So I don't wear gym clothes. I wear yoga clothes, I guess. And
I did not. I'm gonna sound stupid.
yeah,
I did not know that they do clothes for men also.
yeah,
There's a line
Lululemon.
for
Have you
men,
tried
too?
their boxers? Life changing. Life changing. I'm telling you.
That's awesome.
Anybody's
I'm gonna
listening
have to go get Lululemon
and they're thinking
boxers.
of a gift to get their significant other, Lululemon boxers.
Wow, let's tag them in. They might send
Yes.
send us a
Life
box,
changing,
please.
honestly,
Right?
honestly.
What size are you for boxers?
So the cool thing about them, they come in different sizes. So obviously, like the groin size, there's 5 inches. No, there's 2 inches, 5 inches, and 8 inches. So you could infer there, and then the size.
What are you talking about?
The
Like
inseam.
inches?
The inseam.
Really?
Yeah. You can fill in the blanks.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
just
yes.
I thought you were kidding. At
No,
first.
nope. This is
Wow.
a thing. This is a
All
thing.
right,
So
then.
this is
I
what
just
mean.
learned something.
Yeah, it makes it comfortable. Yeah.
Okay. Well then, I'm gonna have to go check out
Yeah,
Lululemon.
please do. Yeah.
It's funny because Anna is a big fan of the store Zara,
Me too.
and I had not been there before.
Yeah.
I thought it was like other type store, whatever. And I'm really impressed. Like,
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's good quality and all that.
When I'm
It's-
not wearing a suit, I'm wearing Zara.
Okay.
We're just plugging every store here.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It was not planned whatsoever.
But Zara, huge. A lot
It's
of my clothes
great.
are from there.
I mean, you have to be a realtor to afford it, but
I was about to say it was affordable. That's funny. I was about to say it was affordable.
okay.
I mean, it's not horrible. You could get a shirt for $60-$70. It's
Okay. So Alexander Walter is
Yes.
telling me that it's affordable.
Yeah.
Now listen to your inner child.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yep.
And then imagine asking your mom for that.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't a thing. But there was times where I was spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on T-shirts. So when I'm like, boy math, it's only $70. You know.
Yeah. Well, so, I was in different relationship in my life, and managing money, it's something that is it's interesting because let's say someone can be an emotional buyer.
Yep.
There's the false impression to fit or
Yep.
the actual need to fit. In some
100%.
case, there's safety reason. Clothing is something that you can easily burn money into if that's one of your things, right?
Oh yes.
Now, looking at your suit,
Yeah.
that I don't think I've ever seen you dressed the same way before.
Okay.
Have I?
No.
Okay.
No.
So, did you guys see the TV series called Baller with
The Rock.
with the Rock with
Yeah,
Dwayne
yeah,
Johnson,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know when he walks in and he has this different suit
yes,
that is
yes.
custom fit every time?
Yes.
That's Alexander Walter
Yeah,
in the
that's
office.
funny that you said. Yeah, of course. You always looked like impeccable.
Okay.
And there's a new show on Paramount called Watson. I specifically watch for this guy named Morris Chestnut. Do you know who he is? Morris Chestnut.
Morris Chestnut. Who's he again? I mean, I know the name.
Black
You
guy,
just gotta remind me.
bald.
I mean, you just narrowed it down.
I know.
But there's a few.
I'll show you after. But he that's
Morris
something that I always notice is people's clothes. And if you have something nice, I'll go up. I'll compliment you, man or woman. Like love that garment.
Tell me some movies that he would have done in my era.
There's so many, but I doubt you watched them. Now that I'm like thinking back.
Challenge me now.
I'd have to look it up. But he was more of a.
Is he the guy from Two Can Play This Game? The first movie
Ooh, I think so.
with Vivica Fox
Yes.
and him?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's hilarious that you know that. I was gonna say they're more like I don't know, like BET movies or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah. So he did. Yes. That's funny.
Okay.
Think Like a Man. I think he was in as well.
Yeah. Wasn't it Best Man also? That he was
Best
playing
Man.
in? Or
That's
was he
with
not
Kevin
in there?
Hart. That was.
No, not that.
Okay.
I'm old. I don't
You're
know what it was
old.
called, but it was like a wedding movie.
I don't know.
I
don't know.
don't remember what it was called. Anyway.
You'll have to tell us in the comments.
Yeah. So, how long are you in a relationship?
Yes,
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's obviously listening,
Mm-hmm.
or she will be if she's not. What is it that you may have assumed or you may not have assumed? Like you may already have told her, but considering that you are now live,
Yes.
I'm stretching just to get you nervous.
Yeah,
by the
yeah,
way.
no.
And
I'm
I like
already
that. I see a little sweat
no,
going down.
I'm thinking of all of the possible angles and thinking.
What
about
is
anything.
it that you would like to say to her that you may overlook telling her sometime?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh. The cool thing about our vibe and something that we established the first time we met is communication is important. And I think out of all of my relationships, we practice that the best. Good or bad, we have those conversations. Even last night, we may have had like a slight disagreement, and the fact that we were able to talk about it was huge for me, because it's something that a lot of us are lacking, is be able to talk when things are not easy. It's really easy to celebrate the good things and go through the motions when things are going well, but when it's not, yeah.
Yeah.
You have follow-up questions, I could tell.
No, well, I had a conversation with Anna recently, and
Yes.
we were talking about that, on how when you meet people, there's all these green light, yellow light, red
Yes.
light, right?
Yeah.
And every time, every new information is like a little piece of a puzzle.
Right.
And then your goal is to finish that puzzle, even though it's the kind of puzzle that there's never really an end to it,
Yes.
because it continues.
When you say puzzle, is it for the individual? You're creating a puzzle of the individual?
For each thing that defines the person.
Okay.
So when it's a good thing, that it's a good fit as an
Yes.
example, then it goes right in.
Right.
Sometimes it's not going to fit, and then you have to acknowledge it. Maybe it was from another box,
Okay.
and then it went in there, and then you got to remove it. And
So that's
put
like
it,
a preconceived notion that you
Exactly.
created?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From past trauma
Yes, of
experience.
course.
And then sometime you're in a rush and you're getting tired.
Yeah.
The puzzle will never end anyway.
Yeah.
And then you try to smash the piece in there. And then you bang on it
Yeah.
and bang on it. And then you keep turning it. Or sometimes it's close enough,
Yes.
but the image doesn't match whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then you put it on there. Or sometimes you just grab the puzzle, off the table.
Yeah, you knock it off the table.
Or you put it on the closet and you procrastinate for a long time.
Yeah.
And as you build your relationship, it's really similar to that.
Yes.
And the only way that you can make sure that each of those pieces properly fit, the things that define those little shapes
Right.
and their correlation with the rest of the larger picture, is actually communication. Communication is what shaped our connections
Yes.
as human beings.
Yes.
Now, to communicate in a healthy manner is so tricky,
Of course.
because you have cultural background, you have personal history, you have unawareness of traumas that resurge as you're doing with things, you have self-hate, there's dramatization, there's like so many different things. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
With all these new buzzwords now, it doesn't make it easy either.
yeah.
You know, everybody is a psychotherapist.
Yeah.
So, you could be having a conversation and then you're labeled. So I think that's something that I've noticed as well. Could I ask you something now that we're on
Go
the
for it. Go for
buzzword topic?
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself attachment or avoidant style? I know we're not making this about you, but just generally curious.
So I spent a large part of my life. That's my way of answering. Sorry, I don't have short version.
No.
I looked for parents in many different ways
Okay.
in my life.
Okay.
And I looked for what I didn't have or what I had left behind. And I sort of tried to do those puzzle pieces in having sort of pretending that I was in with the kind of family that I wanted to have.
Is that a bad thing?
Yes,
Why?
because it replaced self-awareness of the situation.
Okay.
And it took me a long time to realize that. Because you know how, let's say that you grew up with violence, with abuse, with neglect, stuff like that.
Yes.
That's what you're going to be safe with. That's what you're going to go
Okay.
for.
So that's what you would have considered family values, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I was going for
Yes.
was not healthy either.
Okay.
I was going for the same thing because that was my definition.
Yes.
And because of that, I was oblivious.
Right.
And as I evolved in life, then I was able to peel away
Yeah.
and to continue to move forward. But the more I realized that I had to move forward from where I came from,
Yes.
the trickier it got to identify with other people. because I went from pretending that I was fitting with people, wishing that I was fitting with people when I wasn't, because I hadn't found yet where was I meant to be?
Okay.
Who was I meant to be?
Yeah.
Like, is there such a thing?
Yes.
Right? In the military, you're exposed to so many different people.
Right.
Everybody comes from a different place.
Right.
So it's an insane cultural clash while doing your job in so many different ways.
Yes.
And because of that, there's that human reflex to go with the people that look like you or that sound like you.
Yeah.
But I didn't have that.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that I was in the military, but it's something that I've dealt with growing up.
At best, I would join a group where I felt like I was supposed to relate as good as possible.
Okay.
And then I would try to focus on their interest and helping them.
Like people pleasing in a sense?
No, not people pleasing. More, I so devalued myself that I thought that my only sense of purpose was to be the one that's helping.
Okay.
The one that's, okay, like that's you guys' dream.
Yeah.
I'll try make it happen.
Wow.
That's the collective mission. I'll try to make it happen. And I did that because I didn't feel like I deserved to be around anyone.
I get that.
Self-hatred is a tough thing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very, very tough battle to climb, and where's the end, right?
Yeah.
You know, you could climb, you could make these huge strides, but something small could trigger, and then you're 10 steps behind, and then you're questioning your existence all over again, and all of that hard work that you did, it is almost erased.
Yeah. And then there's stereotypes,
Of course.
racism, things like that.
Yeah.
Like when you're different, or you know, and different doesn't have to be like what people will think of right away.
Right.
And it can be any differences.
Yes.
When you're like a minority, it could be a white guy, it could be anything,
yeah.
right?
You're the outcast in a sense.
Yeah. Then it's really tricky because you feel like you have to do more. But then because you're doing more and you have more result, then you get lateral violence on the result, because then people are sort of hating on you that you're doing these things. And meanwhile, you're just sort of killing yourself at giving as much as you can to show your love.
Yeah.
But that's a love that you don't get back. But then you're raised that, no, like you don't give to receive, so that's okay.
Yeah.
But it makes all of this really difficult in going past that point where you were saying, oh, as long as my hair look good and I got the suit.
I never said hair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know.
So it's on the inside, in the heart.
Yeah.
See, you're the kind of person like when you're used to give in your own way.
Yes.
And then it's like a waterfall that come out. And what's cool is that most people that work here are like that. They have these heart that pour.
Yes.
And the thing is that you don't know how to make the flow switch.
Yeah.
You're not going to welcome love. You're going to often welcome hatred, masking it at love, because at least it's agreeing with your self-hate.
Yeah. Something that you're used to.
Yeah.
That your inner voice is reassured.
Yes.
Self-sabotage is kind of goes hand in hand with that, right? You will make sure that whatever you're thinking negatively comes into fruition, because that's what you tell yourself.
Yeah. And what I love about working here, and I'm not saying that to plug here.
Yeah.
it's actual fact.
I already signed the contract.
Because we're all outward people, there's no user. Everyone is giving it their best.
Yeah.
Everyone's working with their heart.
Yeah.
No one has to carry other people. We're all genuinely trying our best.
Yeah.
And as we are all going Care Bear, then Care Bear come back to us, right?
I like that you said that. So there's a couple other agents here as well. Merhan, which I'm sure will be on the podcast soon.
Oh, yes.
This week he sat with me, and we had like it's a very quick conversation because he had to go, but exactly what you're saying, I felt. We exchanged numbers. He asked me, hey, how are things going? And when you walk by somebody or when you see somebody like, hey, how are you? Things are good. And that's that. You know, that like the emotions, especially being Canadian, what we go through. But when he asked me, he genuinely meant it. And I responded and said, what about you? He responded. And you could tell through those responses, it was genuine.
Yeah.
And he said, give me your number. You know, he easily could have been like, that's good. Shake my hand, kept it pushing. But he inquired further, which just showed a level of genuine interest, right? And to finish the conversation, he was like, if you ever need anything, let me know.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, you know, that's what you're seeking for in a team environment, right? Not only in real estate, but in life. When you work with somebody, when you're in a team, you want somebody to pick up when you're, you know, pick up your slack, or when you're lacking something to help with that, right?
Yeah. What's cool with Miran, actually, it was a lot of people when I first got here, right? And when you're in a leadership role too,
Yes,
it's difficult sometimes to be vulnerable.
Yes.
Because you
You face that?
I was in the military for a long time, but of course at first there's going to be so because of PTSD, I need to feel people a bit more. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I need to, when I know that someone is good, then I feel better.
Okay.
Right?
Good, you mean in terms of spirit?
Like as a good person.
Okay.
From my definition, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
If not, it's more difficult, right? It's like a wrong frequency where you're getting the channel, but there's still some happening, right?
The bunny ears.
Yeah. And Miran is a very proper person, like super charming and nice, and but like I was not really talking with him because I think maybe I was a bit nervous or shy, or I don't know. Like I was from the military, so this was like, a few weeks after leaving the army, I arrived here. But then I was fixing lights and putting lights on the ceiling in the entrance, and Miran came to help. And then Anna came to help.
Right.
And that's how we do things. The students that are here with us from Willis College, which we truly appreciate. That is a bit of a plug this time. Thank you. Keep sending us your best. So they come and help set up here. And we hang out with them. And like there's that human relationship that in the world of realtors, it's often very cold.
It's artificial.
Exactly.
It's artificial.
Exactly.
Everybody is trying to put on the best selves. How much did you sell today? You know, that's where your value is lied. Your value as a person amongst other realtors is what's your GCI? Otherwise, that's how we base a good person.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny that way. And being from bigger brokerages, that's kind of what I realized. In some ways it's motivating, of course, because if you are lacking certain things, you're going to find ways to push. But at the end of the day, when you look within, and this is kind of what we were talking about earlier, you're like, what is it for?
Yeah. And that's why, while it's the Realty Podcast and you're a realtor and we're a realty company, we still talk about stuff that is not necessarily about realtor. We talk about the human side of things.
Right.
And the reason for that is that, muscle memory. If you hang out with people that act cold, if you hang out with people that have to have a mask all the time and cannot put it down, it makes it easier to relate to any other people than that.
Yeah.
It can almost give you anxiety if someone's not wearing a suit. You know what I mean? Because you're not used to it anymore. And the suit may be part of your safe space.
I resonate with that deeply.
Yeah. So with that, by having a more human place to live, it helps you to relate with your customers.
Yes.
Because a realtor from my perspective and from Anna's perspective, and these are things that we've discussed together many times. It's kind of like, you know how there's nurses, there's therapists, there's, everybody has a purpose,
Yes.
right? But people who are moving, it is one intense moment because it can be post grieving. It can be, in relation with a bankruptcy. It could be immigration or leaving. It could be divorce. Divorce would be a very common one, actually. Military postings.
Yes.
They are when you move from a place to another, from point A to B, all of those little things that you added as your daily consistency to feel safe and comfortable, it goes out the window.
Right.
And you are now in, water where you're not sure where your island is. And you have all that anxiety of, man, what is that turn in my life?
Right.
And then you have a realtor next to you. And the realtor is that guy that shows up on a bark with Moana. And then he end up bringing you on and then bring you to the island, right? So that you don't have to swim and drown.
Right.
And that's something that people, they're not understanding. They think it's for like the legality or practicality and all of that. But to be a good realtor, you have to be an empathic human being.
Of course.
Empathy is a necessity for the world of realtor.
Oh, yeah.
And sadly, it's way too often missing.
Of course. And as a realtor, and I'm sure most will agree, you wear many hats. A few weeks ago, I did an open house. And could I tell the story really quick?
Yeah, go for it.
I did an open house, and it was a flash open house, so it was pretty quick. And right at the end, a lady walked in and she checked it out and she was like, I love this house. Do you mind if I call my husband really quick? Of course, go ahead. So she calls and she's like, you got to get over here. Got to see this house. She hangs up and she's like, we just live down the street, so he'll be here really, really quickly. So they both come in, he comes in. He has his daughter on his shoulders. He very visibly did not want to be there. So she's very, very enthusiastic. Oh my God, babe, look at this house. He's like, yeah, I see it. She's like, did you see the kitchen? Yep, I'm in the kitchen right now. Then they go upstairs. It was a duplex. So they go upstairs and I could hear them talking as she's walking through. She's like, oh my God, look how much space they have. Or look at all the space. And he's like, if you cleaned your house, we would have the same space. I was like, oh my God. This guy was very, very closed off. And she's like, check out the basement. So they go downstairs and I'm talking to the wife and she's like, how much is it? I really, really like it. She's telling me a bit of backstory where their house, it was identical, but not renovated. And as we're talking, we hear a loud bang. And the daughter starts bawling. She opens the basement door, and she's like, did you just hit her head? And we hear nothing. He comes up, and the daughter's hysterical. And she's like, you just hit her head. And he's like, oh, it wasn't that bad. So she's like, do you even look at the house? And he's like, yeah. He walks out, leaves her there, and she starts tearing up. And I'm like, do you need a second? And she's kind of talking it through, giving me a little more of her backstory. But the point of the story is, like, we wear many hats. You therapist, mediator, confidant. So you have to, like you said, you have to have that level of empathy, right? And level of realness to you as well.
Was it something that triggered anything in you? Like, how did it feel at that moment?
I don't think that that moment triggered anything for me per se. It was just more so. No, I haven't experienced that in an open house before. That's such a disconnect. So your first thought is, well, this is not good. And your second thought is, how do I alleviate the situation as best as possible, right? Now, of course, you want to make sure the daughter's okay. and you want to make sure that
Yeah.
the wife is good as well. And then at the end of the day, you want to sell the house, right? So you have to you're navigating through these three sort of prongs, and all while maintaining a special like a level of professionalism too, right?
I see. When you said that, personally, it was a
Yes.
bit of a trigger.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll be honest, I am not sure how I would have dealt with it.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it's one of those you had to be there
Right.
type of moment.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, this is real. And that's the thing. These are things that people are scared of talking about.
Of course.
And with reason.
Yeah, definitely.
But the things that we're scared of talking about are the most important thing
Yeah.
to talk about.
The most healing too.
Because we're going back to what feels safe is
Yes.
not necessarily safe.
Right.
And there's normalization. And normalization creates a different parallel universe
Right.
that we can live in the same house and have completely different perspective.
Of course.
Because you may overlook that, someone get hit all the time, or that, there's no food,
Right.
or it's like an insane mess, or that there's weird people that keep coming, or the carpet smell like alcohol and piss and things like that. Excuse my language, but
No.
I mean, these are all things that are real human being stories.
Yeah, that you're processing.
Yeah, and as a realtor, you walk into these people's home.
Wow. Yeah. I never really thought of it like that, to be honest with you. Continue, please.
No, it's just you are not seeing from their normalized eyes.
Right.
But then as they see your eyes looking around, then they get a realization.
Move this. Maybe we should paint. Maybe we should move the carpets. Remove the carpets. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Hey. Well, I don't know how we're doing on time. So the light is still red. We may still be live. I am not sure.
No.
And that is the pleasure of magic.